As for our final issue this week, the Philippines and India are right now in discussion about the possibility of establishing a pharmaceutical zone. This is reportedly to entice Indian pharmaceutical manufacturers to invest in manufacturing operation in the country. Here's our business reporter Ian Ardiente with the details.
The first secretary of the Indian Embassy in Manila, Ramakishnan, announced at the Philippines-India Investment Forum that the two governments have discussed a pharma zone in a joint working group meeting last year. The meeting was between the Philippines Department of Trade and Industry and India's Ministry of Commerce. The Joint Working Committee is a bilateral mechanism for the promotion of trade and investments for India and the Philippines.
According to the Indian Embassy, the pharma zone is envisioned to be like the Philippine Economic Zone Authority. Indian pharma companies can put up their manufacturing plants in the Philippines to cater to the local market as well as to the foreign markets. This idea is currently under serious consideration. Of course, it depends on the Indian pharmaceutical companies to take it up from here. The rest of the details with our business reporter.
There are 600 million consumers in the ASEAN, and this is a big factor in this consideration. India is dominant in the generic drugs market, and generic drugs are already making a big mark in the Philippines. Indian pharma firms accounted for $500 million of the estimated $3.5 billion domestic pharmaceutical industry. The Philippines has hosted several Indian companies distributing generic drugs, but not into manufacturing. Unilab of the Philippines is urging Indian companies to invest in areas that do not require large-scale capital, such as small vaccines, diagnostic facilities, injectables, and biotech products. Indian firms are also into IT and the BPO sector in a big way. In the automotive sector, Indian-made vehicles under Tata and Mahindra are also already being distributed in the Philippines. India is the 13th largest source of foreign direct investment in 2015 and 2016, and the country's 20th largest export market in 2016.
As of now, the biggest Indian investment in the Philippines is the GMR Megawide Cebu Airport Corporation. This is a joint venture between GMR Infrastructure and Megawide Construction Corporation of the Philippines, which won the contract for the Mactan Cebu International Airport Terminal 2. This is expected to be completed in 2018. GMR is also participating in 5 other airport projects in the Philippines, including Bohol and Boracay.